Have you ever wondered how successful companies manage their resources in projects efficiently? It's a question that has puzzled many, and yet, it's a fundamental aspect of project management. One of the foremost challenges in this realm is project resource allocation. This is the process of assigning available resources, from people and equipment to time and money, in the most effective way to meet project objectives. It sounds straightforward, doesn't it? But in reality, it's a delicate balancing act, teetering on the precipice of success and failure. A common issue that many project managers grapple with is resource over-allocation. This is when resources are spread too thin, assigned to too many tasks at once. Imagine a juggler with too many balls in the air. Sooner or later, something's gotta give. Over-allocation can lead to stress, burnout, and ultimately, a compromise on the quality of work. On the flip side, there's the problem of underutilization. This is when resources are not used to their full potential. Perhaps you've got a team member with a particular skill set that's not being utilized, or expensive equipment lying idle. Underutilization is like leaving money on the table. It's a waste of valuable resources that could be used to drive your project forward. And then there's the challenge of efficient scheduling. This involves orchestrating the when and where of resource allocation to ensure that everything comes together at the right time. It's like conducting an orchestra. Each instrument must play its part at the right time to create a harmonious symphony. Missteps in scheduling can lead to delays, increased costs, and missed opportunities. At the heart of all these challenges is the need for strategic planning. It's about looking at the big picture, anticipating potential pitfalls, and making informed decisions. It's about ensuring that every resource is used effectively and efficiently to bring your project to fruition. With the right strategies, these challenges can be overcome. Let's take a look at how. Consider the case of XYZ Corporation, a global tech company that faced resource allocation challenges. XYZ Corporation, a titan in the technology sector, found itself grappling with a common issue that many businesses encounter: resource allocation. They were entangled in a web of projects, each demanding its own unique set of resources. The simultaneous juggling of various tasks was causing a strain on their human resources, financial assets, and time. It was clear that their current approach was not sustainable. So, what did XYZ Corporation do? They took a step back and reevaluated their strategy. They knew they needed a structured approach to resource allocation, one that would allow them to maximize their resources without overburdening their team or overspending their budget. The first step in their journey was strategic planning. They understood the importance of having a clear, well-defined plan that is aligned with the company's overall goals. They started by identifying their key projects, and then they prioritized them based on their strategic importance and potential return on investment. This allowed them to allocate their resources more effectively, ensuring that the most critical projects received the attention they deserved. But strategic planning was just the beginning. The second step was efficient resource utilization. They realized that it wasn't enough to simply allocate resources. They needed to use them efficiently. They started monitoring their resources closely, tracking how they were being utilized and identifying any wastage. They also began to use resource management tools, which allowed them to streamline their processes and ensure that their resources were being used to their fullest potential. The third and final step in their journey was effective scheduling. They understood that good scheduling is key to successful resource allocation. They started by creating a comprehensive schedule that outlined when and how resources would be used. They then made sure to stick to this schedule, making adjustments as necessary to accommodate any changes or unforeseen circumstances. This allowed them to maintain control over their resources and ensure that they were being used in the most efficient and effective manner. The result? XYZ Corporation was able to successfully overcome their resource allocation challenges. They were able to deliver their projects on time and within budget without overburdening their team or overspending their resources. Their strategic approach to resource allocation not only led to project success, but also helped them to improve their overall operational efficiency. XYZ Corporation's success story is an excellent example of how strategic resource allocation can lead to project success. So, the next time you find yourself grappling with resource allocation, remember the tale of XYZ Corporation. Strategic planning, efficient resource utilization, and effective scheduling could be the keys to your success. One of the key strategies used by XYZ Corporation was strategic planning. Now, what does this mean? Strategic planning is the process of setting goals, deciding on actions to achieve these goals, and mobilizing the resources needed to take these actions. In the context of project management, this involves a comprehensive understanding of the project's needs and goals. It's akin to mapping out a journey before you set out. You need to know your destination, the path you'll take, and the resources you'll need along the way. And just like a map, strategic planning provides a clear direction for resource allocation. It helps you identify what resources you need, when you need them, and how best to use them. This could mean deciding to hire additional staff, investing in new tools or technologies, or reallocating resources from one area to another. Strategic planning is the foundation of successful resource allocation. It ensures that resources are allocated in a way that aligns with the project's objectives. Another strategy that played a key role in XYZ Corporation's success was efficient resource utilization. Now you might be wondering, what does efficient resource utilization actually mean? Well, it's about making the best possible use of your resources. This includes your team members, equipment, time, and even budget. Imagine you're baking a cake. You've got your ingredients. That's your resources. If you use too much flour and not enough sugar, your cake isn't going to turn out right. The same principle applies in project management. You need to ensure that all resources are used in the right proportion and to their full potential. There's also the factor of waste. In our cake analogy, if you pour half your flour straight into the trash, you're wasting resources. In project management, waste might look like idle team members, redundant processes, or even unused equipment. It's essential to identify and eliminate waste wherever possible. And let's not forget about the importance of flexibility. Sometimes, despite our best plans, things don't go according to the script. In such cases, efficient resource utilization means being able to adapt and reallocate resources as needed. Now, what's the big deal about efficient resource utilization? Why is it so important? It's simple. When you use resources efficiently, you're able to get more done with less. You're able to maximize productivity while minimizing costs. You're able to deliver more value to your stakeholders and increase your project's chances of success. In the case of XYZ Corporation, efficient resource utilization meant they were able to complete their projects on time, within budget, and to the satisfaction of their stakeholders. They were able to get the most out of their resources, and as a result, they thrived. So, remember, efficient resource utilization isn't just about doing more with less. It's about doing better. It's about making sure every resource, every person, every dollar is used to its fullest potential. Efficient resource utilization is crucial for project success. It ensures that resources are used to their full potential, leading to increased productivity and reduced costs. Finally, effective scheduling was another strategy that contributed to XYZ Corporation's success. When we talk about scheduling, we're not just talking about jotting down deadlines on a calendar. It's about a strategic alignment of resources with tasks in a way that ensures the smooth execution of a project. Imagine a symphony orchestra. Every instrument, every musician has a specific role to play at a specific time. The conductor doesn't just wave the baton randomly. They ensure that each instrument comes in at the right time, creating a harmonious and beautiful piece of music. That's what effective scheduling looks like in the world of project management. It's about understanding what resources you have, what tasks they need to be allocated to, and when they are needed. This includes not only tangible resources like equipment and materials, but also intangible ones like time and human resources. Effective scheduling is a lot like a well-played game of chess. You need to anticipate your next move, your opponent's next move, and make sure that your pieces are in the right place at the right time. You can't just move your pieces randomly and hope to win the game. Similarly, you can't just assign resources to tasks randomly and hope to complete the project successfully. But it's not just about efficiency. It's also about avoiding unnecessary stress and pressure. When resources are not available when they're needed, it can lead to delays, rework, and frustration. It can also lead to wasted resources as teams scramble to compensate for the lack of planning. In the end, effective scheduling is not just about getting the job done. It's about getting it done in the most efficient, stress-free way possible. It's about respect for the resources at your disposal and ensuring they are used in the best possible way. So remember this. When it comes to successful project management, effective scheduling is not just an optional extra. It's a fundamental strategy that can make or break your project. Effective scheduling ensures that resources are available when they are needed, leading to smoother project execution and increased efficiency. So, what can we learn from XYZ Corporation's success? Just like a well-conducted orchestra, successful project resource allocation requires a harmonious blend of strategic planning, efficient resource utilization, and effective scheduling. The key is to understand that every resource, be it human or material, is a valuable piece of the project puzzle. Strategic planning plays the role of the conductor, guiding the project towards its objectives. It involves taking a bird's-eye view of the project, anticipating potential hurdles, and preparing for them in advance. Efficient resource utilization, on the other hand, is about maximizing the potential of each resource. It's about ensuring that no resource is underutilized or overworked, thereby maintaining a healthy balance. Lastly, effective scheduling is the metronome that keeps the project on track. It's about aligning tasks with resources, ensuring that every piece of the puzzle fits perfectly and the project progresses smoothly. With the right strategies, you too can overcome the challenges of project resource allocation and lead your projects to success.